Huh? Fair enough.
And then you got
We're good.
Garlemald, which is actually a combination between
Then we
Russia
need
and
to
Germany.
screen
Mm.
capture. Change to that screen.
Culture-wise, they're a combination between the both.
Kinda, yeah.
And hide. There we go. Now we're all up.
But
Okay.
where
That'd
Garlemald
be
is placed on the map, it's more of Russian-like territory.
sure.
All right. Everybody, welcome back to some Dungeons and Dragons. Back
Although
into
you
the.
never would have known that if considering the Final Fantasy XIV talk.
They're adjacent, somewhat, kind of. Anyway,
Adjacent in the same way that to like the US and Canada are adjacent.
we are here back in Tomb of Annihilation with Chun,
Hello.
Kitsu,
Konnichiwa!
Digi,
Nate.
and Kari.
Good evening.
And the last time we played, which was a little bit ago now, but still, we had a bunch of traveling through the jungle that actually ended up pretty much peaceful for you guys.
And boy, are my shoulders tired from carrying this boat.
We ended with you guys finishing the camp. You're camping for the last part of the night, and as you guys are waking up, you will notice one thing. At least three of you will. Uh, Diggory, Shauna, and Idun. You'll notice that the camp is missing one tent.
There's enough mysteries in this jungle. I don't need to know. I don't need to add mass hallucinations to this.
It must be that vampire's fault.
Oh, don't add vampires. I brought a lot of notebooks, but this is beginning to get ridiculous.
There is no trace of what happened to Cinda. There's no sign of struggle, but it looks like her tent and all of her belongings have vanished from the camp.
It's strange to think that the most rational explanation for such a disappearance would be that she fell into a portal to one of the outer planes.
Did we have a
Or
did we have a
some magic.
did we have a forecast
That
of
madness.
fog? Are we in Barovia?
I'm gonna need an entire new shelf of notebooks if that's the case. Although, above board, not a character, I have been halfway working on a system to do Soulsborne in D&D. It's not worked so far.
Well, considering the fact that Soulsborne is one of the staples is dying.
Oh yeah, I know, but I've also got a table. I also have a table that currently has a fairly high mortality rate by my table's comparisons, and I don't think people like it that much.
Fun.
But
I wonder why.
with the rest of the party that's around, what do you guys want to do for now? You get the strange sense that somewhere deep inside that wherever Cinder is, she is safe and she would want you to continue on.
Hmm. Well, if that's the case, moving forward is the only thing I can think of doing. Besides, we've already got like whatever that's close to this mark on our map.
I got a feeling of green that she's gonna be just fine.
All right. So out of the three of you left? Three of you in the camp right now. Um, who's going to roll your survival check and guide you for the day?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Oh, good. I was just about to. That would be the worst thing we could possibly do.
Okay.
Well, if you got that roll, it wouldn't be.
True, but I didn't.
I mean, a +3 wouldn't have been bad either. But then again,
Heading towards the X.
Okay.
X marks the spot.
It didn't.
As you're traveling, shortly after your traveling in regard starts, not too long as you are walking down, you will find a very peculiar sight. Uh, Tied to a tree in the middle of a clearing seems to be a hill dwarf and what looks to be like a human.
Tied to a tree.
Have a bad this.
I mean, we are in the middle of the undead territory. Perhaps it was left as bait or whatever. Probably not a good idea to leave him to it. What the? Don't mind me. Something in my background just fell.
Oh no.
It was Mococo.
Actually, no. It was my Kren sloth.
Pushed by Mococo.
That must have been a very slow fall.
Yeah. Here's the funny thing. Where my Kren sloth was, it very well could have been kicked by Mococo.
So yes,
Must have been a really
Or pushed
slow
by
fall.
Nigel, the tiny wizard.
not Nigel the tiny wizard. But yes, you will find a hill dwarf and a what seems to be a human tied to a tree. They both seem conscious. Both don't really have anything like around their mouths or anything like that, but they look both to be in a little bit of a stage of confusion. Oops. Let's get some music back on with this one.
Well, I don't suppose. Well, I suppose they're not going to untie themselves.
I got it. Don't worry, we'll get you free in 2 shakes of a dragon's tail.
Oh, you're paying. No, sorry about that. Damn card.
We have roll to untie it or just untie
Nope.
it?
You untie it. Actually, doesn't. It seems just tight enough that people would that they wouldn't be able to get out themselves without a little bit of a struggle. But for yourself, you seem to be able to get them untied pretty easily. And the characters that you see, let's do this.
This kind of feels like a trap.
Hmm.
You see the
Well,
No, hey!
Kari, go ahead and describe the hill dwarf that they see.
Okay. Her clothes are, even though strapped together and looking like it would protect her, it's not armor. She wears no armor to speak of. Long red hair that's braided, set of ice blue eyes, but a little bit ticked of these ropes that are around her. Anything she's trying to look for a way out.
And the other character is a red-headed woman who has a bit of a glow about them. Are wearing some simple clothes with leather armor that's a little bit more polished, but polished dark, as they struggle against just before you do and lets both of the people out. So we have
hmm.
Dune about right there, and you guys probably a little bit closer. Perfect.
Hmm. I'd say something about this being something of a surprise, but the odd menagerie of encounters we've had over in the course of this jungle, I'm not really surprised to find two people tied to a tree.
What if whoever tied them up would come back to, you know, you usually don't find these things, find stuff like this.
Hmm.
Unless there was a hunter nearby.
Yeah, well then, what is how exactly did you find yourselves tied to this arboreal master? That was such a dumb way of putting it.
I don't bloody know. I was just trying to take care of a bunch of rats for a tavern back in Baldur's Gate.
Note to self: do not go drinking at that bar again. Which one? What was the? Oh, it was the elf song. Must have been right. If,
Ah,
it,
if,
if anything
if
happens in
only,
Baldur's Gate, it's usually at the elf song.
if only yes, I'd have beef. I wasn't drunk.
Hmm.
The other character will actually open up a book and scribble something down and hold it up to you that basically just says, "Don't know either was out near Neverwinter and suddenly ended up here."
Hmm. Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter, and us from Waterdeep. That's a
Always the main
fantastic.
cities.
Isn't it usually, though? But anyway, yes, so I'm terribly sorry, but where are my manners? Diggory Stackkeeper, Leatherhorn Clan of Waterdeep. Might I have your names?
Mere Blood Ox. I'm a hell dwarf.
The other woman will flip the page and write something on the back of the piece of paper and write just less.
Take it you're not exactly the talkative type. Mute, perhaps?
Scribbles something else on the page. It turns around and says, gave up her voice to gain powers.
Fair enough. Fair enough indeed. So, well then, let's see. Of a trade for power, I'm assuming you're a warlock of some description.
Less nods.
And excuse my presumption, but usually the angry short ones tend to be barbarians of a variety.
I am.
Well then,
A
And I've
nice
already-
touch of heal.
I've already tried to use my rage to get out of these bonds. It's been rather difficult, and I'd rather not use it up.
indeed, perhaps wise.
If everybody would make a perception check, please.
Oh, joy.
But don't worry, I have a +0.
Nope. Too much into the sides of her own mind.
Diggory's just thinking. In almost any other circumstance, being surrounded by 4 women probably would be a good thing, but not in the jungle.
If one of you would roll, so Les is going to be a party PC. I will basically pass information that they may know along to you, which they're not going to know much. But they are your guys' character as the party. You guys can level them up how you want to, everything like that.
Yeah, I rolled it twice because the roll didn't happen. They rolled an 18.
So that means Idun, Ramira, and Les actually hear some rustling out in the forest around the clearing, not too far out from you guys. And Les will just rapidly point out into the jungle, some in a direction that she hears it from.
I'd say trouble's on the way.
Through that.
It is. As bursting forth from the jungle are 6 attackers.
Probably should have expected Yon T at some point. All right.
Everybody roll initiative.
Needed the exercise.
Why did the area turn red all of a sudden?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see red.
But,
Not even the barbarian.
my card.
You forgot to
I
select
have-
your token, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. I will do that again. Me. I don't know. Would the 14 be better?
Oh, well, I've not
It
had
would
this
have,
on
yes,
a
but-
full screen this whole time.
Oh my goddess. Why?
I don't see a initiative roll for you, Kari.
Yes, the card decided to go completely white on me and it wasn't loading now. It's okay, there we go, finally. My apologies. Just roll 20 giving me some BS.
That's no problem.
Oh, son of a.
Ironically, you still did better than what Kitsu did.
Gosh, these people are not rolling.
Although
well.
you didn't have your token selected, so it didn't go through. So
So you can go ahead and re-roll that, select your token, and then roll your initiative.
Okay.
I was literally looking up colors of emotion.
Did you end up?
Because I-
Did you end up in the Green Lantern mythos?
No, more of Cassia.
from Rogue Trader,
Okay.
She
Yes.
uses color to describe everything.
That she indeed does.
so Kitsu's character being an artist type character, it very much fits.
Cassia's a navigator, and she uses paint to control the warp.
Cool.
Well, she doesn't use it to control the warp. She just uses
Well,
it
not to
to
control the warp, just
She uses it to express how she sees the warp.
yes,
Yep.
and guide the ship using paint.
All right. Well, since you guys were not actually surprised by this, we are in normal initiative. Your warlock friend is up first.
I'm actually surprised that I am not last.
Well, considering that you rolled a 6, Kitsu rolled a 2, and
Two of the Yuan
Rolled
T
a
rolled
14
fives.
at First. Yeah,
so
but yeah.
You guys should
Well,
have
yes.
full control of the token to move her around and should have access to the Roll20 character sheet to make decisions.
Oh yeah, that's right. All right.
Yeah, we have
Well, then it's-
control over less.
All right.
One less character to actually worry about.
Actually, it's one more character to worry about. All right, so let's see how.
Okay, so the pun didn't hit home.
Oh no, it worked, just not in quite the way you wanted it to. All right. Well, since I've got the character sheet open and actually have it set that I can actually show it on the stream, on my side anyway.
Yep.
All right, so first, I guess I will take control of Les for the moment,
Yeah.
and keeping in mind what goes on, I'm going to move Les over here, more in between, in the middle of everything, using 10 feet of movement. more out of caution than anything as base as fear. Alright. And because it is Les is a warlock, we shall do the warlockiest of things. Eldritch Blast against
Blast,
Hooded Claw. Yeah, against Yonti number 10.
Okay. Attack stuff,
That one.
attack
That didn't work.
You want me to do the rolls?
No, the roll worked. I just thought I rolled a 1.
You did roll a 1.
Yep, you know what that means.
I immediately explode.
Nope, need to go to find my wild magic table.
The wild magic table. She kills everyone.
Casts
Darth
Fireball
Maul.
centered on herself at 5th level. I'm regretting placing her where I did.
No, don't regret it.
Just embrace it.
Exactly.
Maybe you should have me do the rolls for her from now on.
Maybe.
Considering I've rolled an 18 and a 21 for them.
Roll me a D100.
So close to the funny number.
As she raises her hand to cast her Eldritch Blast, which I do believe actually she gets 2 attacks with right now.
Yeah.
Oh, well, the second one will hit.
Well, no, because the first one goes off with this effect.
Sure.
She is scared of the closest creature. So who's the closest to her? Oh, that would be Kitsu. Well, Kitsu or Ramira. So let's
Roll that randomly.
1d2. So 1 will be Ramira, 2 will be Shauna. She is frightened of Ramira, so no, actually it won't affect the blast. So the second one will hit. And you were aiming at this one, right?
Yep. So it's another 1d10 plus 4. Like, can I roll?
She's got agonizing blast as well, too.
Okay, so agonizing blast. That increases her, adding her charisma modifier, so a total of 9.
And she also has repelling blast as well, too, so it is pushed back. Do you want to push back 10 feet away?
Yes, please.
Ooh, ooh. And that is okay.
And now she's afraid of the dwarf.
Yep, and it is just until the end of their next turn.
A worthy use of time.
All right.
I would literally be afraid of dwarf.
Idun, you are up.
Sloppy magic.
Well, the good job is I can't move closer to you, but I also can't move closer to you. So, yeah.
So, let's see. 8, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Because I have 40 feet of movement. It's fun.
Oh no.
And now I'm going to punch a person.
Why do I get the distinct impression that we're all going to be going our own separate ways? And
That
Could
will
be
hit.
interesting.
For 5 damage. And I get 2 attacks per action. So let's see here. And sounds like it.
This is gonna be fun.
And cold weapon.
You need to make a Constitution save.
Yep.
No,
And
not
if they
bad.
succeed it, I think they take half.
Okay. They failed that horribly.
Critical failure.
Roll something really quick on my side.
The question being, for Yuan-Ti purebloods, I know the actual answer, but why did they not have like a weakness to cold damage, being like reptilian?
That's a good question.
Because they'd also have to have a weakness to fire damage. Because getting too much in one extreme or the other.
We
You know,
do turn
I'll accept that.
As they try to
They
move
do
out of the
turn
way
stun.
of your cold breath, they basically kind of screw themselves and move a little bit closer to that part of their body actually starts to ice over, and they are slowed down.
Ooh.
Yay.
One. And that's it for me.
Turned her into a popsicle.
Oh, it is their turn to to retaliate here. Character sheet.
Yonsicle.
They are going to make their attack. We lost somebody from roll 20.
Yes, it's still giving me issues. I was able to bind, but it just.
That's okay. We'll just wait. There you are. All right. So first, they get 2 attacks. First one against Idun with the scimitar. 12.
Okay, what? So, for deflect attack. Okay, if it has to hit me.
Yep,
Because New Monk has deflect attack, not deflect range attack. And that does not hit.
nope. And then second scimitar attack will also miss.
Dang. I wanted to redirect the attack. Which somehow does like a shit ton of damage.
You grab the scimitar and stab it in your neck.
So if the second one hit for the 2 damage, if I roll 1d10 plus 9 and then expend a focus point, I can choose a creature you can see within 5 feet of yourself, and the creature must succeed a Dex 13 saving throw, or take 2d8 plus 4 damage of the same type.
That is a little crazy.
It's like, you almost hit me for 2. Now you're taking
They're going to move
now
right
taking
there.
20.
20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. 20. And they are. Where is this spell?
Gonna guess poison spray.
Yes, they are casting poison spray against you.
Remember, that's a hit die or DC.
I'm pulling it up right now.
Trying to remember because I'm
I believe
pretty
poison
sure.
spray is a DC.
Yeah, it is
Probably
a
Constitution.
saving throw.
I remember my spells.
Well, you also had to deal with it all last time when Von Call would use it sparingly.
True.
Yep. So
Granted, in his defense, yep.
they are casting poison spray, so I need a con save from you, dude. That is perfectly fine. You shake off the spell.
That's that.
All right. Next up is this UNT.
In Von Call's defense, it was against a lot of undead and stuff, so he probably thought it didn't work.
It would have, though.
True, but when you think undead, normally you think,
They are
oh yeah,
going to move up and aim at Les with the short bow.
And I've got no reactions.
I do.
yeah.
Yeah, well, 15 hits.
Yep.
What's that do?
Any reactions?
I have
Didn't
intercept,
react.
Okay.
but I don't have the shield out.
You have a martial weapon.
Mm-hmm.
It says shield or martial weapon. So, holding a shield or a simple or martial weapon to use this reaction.
Yeah.
You have a sword. It means you can't be having just your fists.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, you can use interception.
Yes, you can use intercept for that. So
Alright.
damage is reduced by 9 for Les.
So instead of 14,
5.
take 5. All right.
That's my
4,
one.
because it would be 13.
Oh, yeah.
13.
I can't do that. Hang on. I'll just do it from here.
Oh, is it not letting you adjust the...
Yeah, I can't do it from D&D Beyond. So 4.
Yeah. So I think that's DM only for
Okay,
Dat. Unless one of us claims the character, then we can.
there we go. That's the proper way of doing that. To see the bar go down.
Alright. Next up is Sir Diggory.
All right. So first, I'm going to use my bonus action to manifest Echo.
Become that bull in the china shop. Hey, what's a china shop?
You should have seen what this character did when I used him as a boss monster. So Diggory Prime is going to go that way. Diggory Not is going to go this way. All right. Then Then I'm going to take 2 shots against the guy the one I'm in front of.
Okay.
Make sure I'm using the proper buttons. For a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Cool, I roll a 7. Roll a 1 for the damage. Second attack. Another 19 to hit.
That hits. So close to the critical table.
Yep. For 11 points.
All right.
And then I'm going to unleash Incarnation and take an attack from my Shadow's position. $14.
14 hits.
Oh, okay, cool.
Their AC is 11.
All right. For 13 points of damage.
They both look a little roughed up, but not too dangerous or not too injured yet.
All right.
Next.
And actually, on that point,
Oops.
because I also have Crusher, they both get thrown back a few feet as well.
Boop. Boop.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay. This UNT is up next, and they are going to step right back up and take a couple swings with their scimitar at your Shadow Clone Jutsu.
Okay, armor class 19.
Let's see here. First attack.
20.
Miss. Second attack. Also miss.
Never underestimate the shadow.
Next one, which is this one, is going to step back up to fight Diggory. They have not learned their lesson yet.
Oh, please. I've always wanted a snakeskin speed bag.
Question, are these trained fighters?
Oh, shit!
They are they are trained fighters.
I should stop taunting people.
A 37 on the critical table. Come on.
Mm.
37 on the critical table is... Oh, they deal double damage.
Oh no!
Cool,
So-
full 18.
Yep, 18 damage.
Yeah.
And then their second attack. A dirty
Okay,
20.
cool. But only 2. Diggory now with massive gashes across his arms and chest. Yeah. Wow. Shadow's still up.
And now it is Ramira's
Oh,
turn.
that's a flesh wound. It's a flesh wound.
Lady Dwarf, what are you doing?
Okay. She is running up to this one. I am entering my rage.
Raw.
Arg.
I'm just going to swing my great axe at them.
Okay.
I could just see it right now. Diggory loses both arms, and he just looks at the Yanti. I still have my legs.
It is just a
You
flesh
forgot
wound.
about my horns, did you?
Just a flesh
Persuasion.
wound. I've had worse. Go ahead, roll your attack.
I had worse.
And I wish I knew the Black Knight bit better than I do.
A 9 will miss.
Damn.
Did you get a
Give
second
it a
attack?
second attack, though.
Yeah, I got a second attack.
12 will hit.
Oh my god, that's...
What's the damage?
Okay. It'll be 9 points. That's including my rage damage there.
A gash looms out across as you slash with your axe, charging up. The Yuan-Ti turns to face you, looking at you a little bit concerned that there's an angry, screaming dwarf with an axe in front of them. Alright, that was your action, bonus action, and movement, so it is the last Yuan-Ti's turn. This one is going to come charging down here.
Not the direction I thought they'd go.
Well, they saw how successful the other one was against you, clearly.
Sure.
Nope. The first attack is going to miss.
Nope.
Second attack is also going to miss. As
I might not be the barbarian, but you don't want to make me mad.
as the scimitars come in and bounce harmlessly off your armor. Shauna, it is your turn.
That is a thought, but actually, that would be a thought.
The real fun thing I want to do, I can't do for about 4 levels.
So I was thinking, just drop moonbeam right on Diggory.
I mean,
That would be funny.
Was-
You'd survive it. It's only 2d10 radiant damage.
Every turn.
You just have to succeed the Constitution save.
Which thankfully I am proficient in.
Yep.
But there's also a Yuan-Ti that's not in combat with anyone.
Which is looking to probably go up to where you are, judging by the person that they last fought.
Don't mind me, I'm just tanking 3 at once.
Technically.
And you know what? On the one that's charging towards us.
Oh no.
Moonbeam, okay. Let's have them
Moonbeam.
roll a...
D14.
Con save.
Yep. A DC of 14.
They fail.
Take 18 damage.
And
They
that's
are-
5 radiant. Or 5 radius.
No, it's just on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is centered. We will drop. Moonbeam is right there. Because you can move that every turn if I remember right.
Yep.
Anything else that you are doing?
Yeah, she just pulls out her brush and then the tip turns silver and she just draws a moon in the air.
Anything else that you're doing this turn? Movement? Anything?
Nope, I am fine where I am.
All right. It is your warlock friend's turn.
All right.
Because I am also defending.
All right. For as fast as I am on Diggory's turn, I still need to refamiliarize myself with all of Les's stuff.
What shall we do? We could sword burst, but that's on self.
Yeah. Oh, unfortunately, I don't have anything that is. Well, actually, wait a minute.
We could cloud of daggers. Have both moonbeam and cloud of daggers. On that poor UNT.
That is true. But I'm also being careful about the spell slots as well.
That's true. Because warlocks don't have a lot of spell.
Yeah. So in which case, probably the safest thing is just going to be Eldritch Blast again. And does Moonbeam's damage start at the beginning of someone's turn or at the end of it, or just if they enter it?
I think if they start their turn in it.
All right. So I'm going to Eldritch Blast. I'm going to Eldritch Blast Yonti number 4.
It's end their turn, but
Yeah, it's end.
But it also takes effect when it moves into their area. So.
And how far can you move it?
Up to 120 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to
Shana.
Okay. I'm going to Eldritch Blast Yonti number 4.
Moving from which side? This one right here?
Number 4. The one just above Prime Diggory.
Okay. Hits
for 12 points of force damage.
Is that
now 4?
Did that include her charisma? No,
yeah.
It does.
It does.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's no way to get 12 with a D10.
Yep. So that's back 10 feet from there, direct line. So they are there now.
And since it's forced movement, it doesn't proc attacks of opportunity.
Nope.
Dang.
And your second one.
That'd be hilarious, just to clothesline it while it goes by.
It would have been.
Second blast.
Oh yeah, second blast. Thank you. Just ignore that second one. I double-clicked it accidentally. So 26 for 14 points. Same one, actually.
Yep. Boop. Boop. They are way pushed back. Is Les doing anything else?
Well, less is more, so we'll stay where she is.
All right.
You named her, Dehedro. You should, and you know my propensity for wordplay.
Yes.
You walked into all of this.
I know I did. Les, the warlock that can summon stuff to have more.
If only Find Familiar would have been more useful in this case.
All right. Idun, you're up.
Well, actually, no, I can, but...
Yeah, you can use Find
Well, casting the spell is one thing, but I forgot for a moment about the investment of the Chainmaster.
Well,
Yep.
gonna punch the person next to me.
Okay. 25 hits.
And
Roll an additional 1d4. Because you are
Okay.
punching the frostbitten area, the part that's taking more damage.
Gotcha.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage. They wince in pain as you watch cracks run along their frozen body.
So I'm also going to be expending a focus point to have it be a stunning strike,
Okay.
which is that did not help. Once per turn, when you hit a creature with a monk weapon or an unarmed strike, you can spend one focus point to attempt a stunning strike. The target must make a Constitution saving throw, which is of 13. On a failed save, the target is stunned until the start of my next turn. And on a successful save, the target's speed is halved until the start of my next turn. And the next attack roll made against the target is next target or then has advantage.
They have a they rolled an 18. I'm guessing beats your DC.
Yeah, it's 13.
So they are just half movement.
Half movement, and the next attack roll against them has advantage.
I will put the frost is wearing off this turn for them. We'll just put a little red there so you know that you have advantage against them.
And
Anything else?
gonna punch him again.
All right, punch away.
Can get it, so it's gonna go with advantage. So I'm gonna do another d20 on here for the advantage, because you never know.
All right, 21
So
hits
21
for 12.
Yep.
Oh no, plus the extra d4 because the frost hasn't worn off of them yet.
Yep. And for 14.
They look incredibly rough right now. Barely hanging on, their head is kind of bobbing back and forth as they are struggling to stay on their feet.
They lost their tail.
Never had a tail. These are pure bloods. You don't actually
Yeah,
know.
we're not
Right.
dealing with anathemas just yet.
So yeah,
And
you
Lord
guys,
help us if we have to deal with a Yuan-Ti anathema.
you guys can just basically they look almost human, except for snake-like features on their face. These are
The
the
occasional scale on their skin.
These are the infiltrators. Right, well, this one is going to try to return the favor against Idun here. With 2 more scimitar attacks. Missing the first. And
Oh, Christ.
let's see what happens with their critical fail. A 99.
They land on their,
Uh-oh.
Your
they
weapon
land on their
breaks.
stone. They
So
land
they
on their
break-
sword.
They bring their scimitar up to attack Idun. And Idun just deftly kind of smacks the blade to deflect it away. But in that, you find the one area that this scimitar was not well built and smack it, and you just hear tink as the metal breaks and the blade flips harmlessly off into the forest, into the jungle. The Yuan-Ti looks at you, Idun, stunned by the fact that you just did that and their weapon has broken.
You hear Diggory out in the background, just yelling out to them. Should have bought the dwarven-made weapon.
The color is leaving their face. They know that they just effed up.
So the one
It was
against Ramira is going
It
to
was
be...
at this moment he knew he
Hey.
fucked up.
Ramira,
Sorry,
your AC
go on.
is 17, so they are attacking you, Ramira, with their scimitar. So first attack. Misses. Second attack. Hits with a dirty 20 for 4, but you are resistant to all damage now, or all damage sources.
No physical damage, yeah.
So you take
yeah.
2 points of damage.
Just tink.
And that is their turn.
It burns. It burns.
This one will be intelligent enough to move out of the moonbeam, take a couple of steps over this way, and will actually shoot their bow at Shauna. Your AC is 15. Here, 50. One bow shot.
Nope.
You just barely miss.
You should have. What kind of shot was that?
They have 2 attack actions, don't they?
2 melee attacks.
Okay.
It specifically calls out melee attacks.
Okay.
Alright.
It's like, don't pull a diggery and taunt them and then just get nailed right in.
Diggory, you're up.
Yeah. All right. Got a very specific order of operations for this one. First and foremost, I am going to unleash Incarnation first.
Okay.
Off the top ropes.
It's Diggory with a steel chair.
He is his own steel chair.
14 hits.
For 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Straight to the face of this Yuan Ti, pushing it back 5 feet. Then I get a free 30 feet with Shadow, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
Diggory Prime is now going to take 2 attacks against the guy in front. For a 15. And 9. 25 to hit for...
Not a net.
Yeah. For another 10.
They are looking very, very weak. Are you pushing them back to 5 feet?
Yeah, twice actually.
You have to follow up.
And I was going to, in fact, follow up. Then, unless I'm completely losing my mind here, which I'm not, I am now going to Action Surge for 2 more attacks.
Oh boy.
You hear in the
11.
11
Bye,
hit.
Diggory. See you next month.
Another 12, pushing the 1 Yuan Ti back another 5 feet.
And it
Stepping
drops.
forward.
As you punch, you feel and knock it back. It actually starts just arcing back as you feel your fist crushing the skull underneath its face.
Utilizing that left momentum, I throw the second punch straight into this other Yuan Ti's jaw.
12 hits.
For max damage, 14.
And again, as you throw that, you turn around and throw that left hook, landing at the jaw. You actually hear the bone snap in the neck as it drops dead.
Oh, it's getting thrown back 5 feet regardless.
No, I'm not.
Let's see.
Bloop.
Yeah, so I've moved 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and I've expended all of my abilities. And that'll be my turn.
All right. So it is this UNT's turn.
Because I've got a lovely bunch of silly coming up.
We'll move up here.
Oh, there was a Yanti still.
And they will
I-
take aim at.
I did say I was tanking 3 at once.
They will take aim at Diggory with their sharp bow. And
I
miss.
see the arrow coming and knock it out of the air with my horns.
It will then take an extra couple of steps over this way to kind of back up as all of the UNT seem to be very realizing that this fight has turned very much against them. This UNT is dead. Ramira, your turn.
Alrighty then. I am going to use my reckless attack. Both my attacks here will be having advantage, but until the start of my next turn, all other incoming sources of damage have advantage as well.
All right.
All right. What a 26 hit.
Definitely hits.
27 points.
Excuse me.
And second,
22 definitely
22.
hit.
Another 8. Okay. Well, since I attacked them, my rage keeps going, and that is it of my turn.
All right. They are definitely looking very, very much rough. And this UNT is dead, so we are on to Shauna.
She is gonna to pull a fern and draw a line from the moonbeam over to the Yanti that just moved.
Orbital laser incoming.
Yeah.
To
Roll.
basically do this.
Yep. Just moving right along.
Kind of
So-
hard to believe that the most realistic utilization of orbital laser would be a paladin or a druid. What
So
would a
hit-
helldiver be?
Hitting that. Going that.
Yeah,
A Helldiver would be a fighter paladin.
So yep, both of them. So they both need to roll their Constitution. Top one
Yep.
first.
Roll the
Roll damage.
roll 2d10.
Yeah.
Roll 2d10 on here.
Top one passes. Thankfully, is that no damage if they pass, or is it half damage?
For sure. It's
On a failed save, they take damage.
the church takes half damage.
Okay, so top one takes 9 points. And then this one.
Okay, good. You can't do the evil thing of doing this
Nope.
I'll take 9.
Where you just have it bounce back and forth. Just like, you're taking damage, taking damage, you're taking damage.
Yeah, it only procs once per turn.
Yeah. They thought.
Alright, so they both hit the damage. And that is an action for you to do that. You still have your movement and bonus action. What are you doing, Kitsu?
Mm-hmm. Let's see, what other things do I need? I could move. But I'm gonna play and be the unmovable tank.
Okay. It is less.
So
turn.
you're the immovable object, and I'm the unstoppable force. Is that it?
Yes. So far, we have a couple of unstoppable forces with a very angry dwarf and a angry minotaur and a angry monk.
I'm just playing an armored artillery painter.
Yeah. You like you are literally a tank, whereas I am the tank.
It is Les's turn. What is your warlock friend doing?
Yeah, Les is going to actually cast Find Familiar,
Okay.
because I'm realizing what I can do with this.
What are you summoning?
What kind of
A Minotaur.
familiar are you thinking about?
Yes, a little mini-me Minotaur. No. That'd be hilarious, however, wouldn't it? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, whatever. Let's summon a little cat. Because I'm not sure what the limitations are at the moment here.
Anything
Normally
that
I would
is
summon...
challenge rating 0, but with with Pact
You
of the
could
Chain,
summon
you
an octopus.
could do a
Oh.
imp if you wanted to. I think it's
Oh, okay. What I was actually... Alright, you know what? Actually, no. I'll take a raven then.
take a raven.
Yep.
Okay.
It's like anytime I use like Find Familiar, I usually try to aim for something with a fly speed baseline. So
Don't forget they have their special stuff.
right. 1 second, I'm just gonna
A little
there.
life
have our
and Darkin Drake.
We have that.
Dang. You could not summon the Fey War Corgi.
The
Nope.
Fey War Corgi.
Oh,
I mean,
really? Out of all of these tokens, I don't have a freaking raven.
well, I just drew one, so
I mean, it has 1 HP and all the other stats, but yeah.
sure. Anywho, so yeah, and then I'm gonna use so that was my attack action. Then as a bonus action, I command the Raven to attack, and I'm going to fly over here in doing so, and attack that Yuan-Ti.
Okay.
5.
Wait, wouldn't the Fey War Corgi be considered Fey?
Features and traits, investment. So it takes an attack action, so I'm not sure what the Raven stat sheet would be.
I'm looking it up right now. They have a +4 to hit on their beak.
Alright.
That will hit. Wait, no, that was there.
What do you mean that'll hit? I rolled a 1!
So that is roll a 1d100. A 46.
The only thing that hit is my pride.
The bird falls prone. It can't drop its beak. So it falls prone.
Okay, well, that's action, bonus action, and yeah, Les is gonna stay by Soros, by Shorasana, and
All right. Idun.
Gonna use my bonus action to disengage. Step back.
Okay, so funny thing. Apparently, a Fey War Corgi is an actual thing, part of Welsh folklore.
I would not be in the least bit surprised.
Yep. And ice breath. Which is a 15-foot cone. So that means both of these ones in front of me get hit. Should be.
Well, utilizing a 45-degree angle cone, you looks like you can only hit one of them.
Yeah, that wouldn't hit both. That wouldn't hit both.
That's very weird. That's why I took a step back. I was like, okay, it's not gonna get hit. Why would it?
I mean, if you had if you use a 60-degree angle,
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, because that
That's a 15-foot cone right there, right?
yeah.
at 60 degrees,
But it's a.
It says that
And the cone at the maximum part is it is 15 foot wide at the maximum.
so.
It's three squares.
well,
That okay.
all right, so like a 60-degree cone,
Okay, so
rounded. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, no, even with that, you can't quite hit both of them.
I thought I would be able to hit. It's just
I
the way
mean, we're
that
trying.
because the way I thought of cone is being a cone from the person.
Yeah, it's one square in front of you, and then the next one would go out to basically 2, and then since you have a 15, it goes out to 3.
This is my problem with cones, because I don't know, like, the width, the length, like 15 feet, I've always seen, like, that as being the range, the 15 foot as being the range. But as far as, like, but between the difference between, like, a cone and a line, especially for, like, a dragon breath attack, like, how wide is that cone at the end of it? It's like, that's ultimately for the DM to decide. But looking at the measurement tools, we have 40, 60, and 90 degrees. And what I'm looking at right now, at a 15-foot range, 90-degree cone, Idun can hit both of them just. but when you start throwing down like a 45, you can't. You only hit one. So this is the part what I've never understood about cones.
Hold on one second.
Okay. How big is a 20-foot cone? So I can swap whichever dragon breath I'm using. I have 2 different dragon breaths.
20-foot cone at 90 degrees will hit both the Yuan Ti and the barbarian friend of ours.
What about if I take a step back from that?
Okay, I'm gonna.
You take a
Toss
step
this.
back, you'll hit both the Yuan Ti without the barbarian at 90 degrees.
Okay. What about at the other degrees?
60 is good. We'll hit both. 45 won't.
I put a
45.
graph
Okay, so according to
in Discord.
all of this stuff here, a 15-foot cone only has a range of 15, and it goes out 1, and then for the next 2 it goes out 3.
Okay.
If
So
you're
that
doing
would
it,
mean-
if you're doing it at an angle, it is. This is 1 square, and then 2 squares, and then the next 3 squares. So in the case for like, if you're doing it this way, it would be this one, these 2, these 3, or it would be
Okay.
this one, these 3, these 3.
Okay.
Apparently, that is
So-
from the rule mechanics.
If
So that's
D&D.
so that would be a 45 degree.
okay.
Yeah.
So if I took a step back instead and used the other dragon breath, which is a 20-foot cone, that would be a 1, then so it's
The cones for the cones here are pretty accurate to that one. So if you did a cone from here and it was 20 foot, that would hit both of them.
okay. So then yes, that's actually what I would do. Which it same DC, just need to do different damage because it's 2d8 instead.
What type of damage is it?
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep the same in cold. Because icy dragon.
All right, make a note of it. We're working on 60-degree angles.
Got it.
All right, so they need to beat a
13. Same thing. Same DC. Except it's Dex now instead of Con.
okay. Hey, they're good at dex. Watch as they fail now. I mean, saying they're good isn't saying much in regards to that.
Yeah.
Fails.
12.
That one is dead. As it turns to pure ice and drops to the ground. This one.
Uh-oh. I
Failed.
think I accidentally deleted. I think I accidentally deleted my. What's the word I'm looking for? Initiative order.
Uh-oh.
The initiative order did just disappear.
There. Okay. That's
Yeah,
what I was worried
I
about.
accidentally clicked on it. I didn't realize it was on. Okay, and this one takes 12 damage.
Alright, I thought it was something I did.
Nope, that was me. Sorry.
Okay. So
All
that
right.
was
All good.
10 feet back. Oh. And
Remember, kids, mathematics is something that you will use in your everyday
Yep.
life.
and now I'm gonna punch this
Perfect
one in the
timing.
back of the head because I have 2 attacks per action.
Okay.
We got 2 monks. 2 monkeys.
Well, one monk and one pugilist. It's very
11
different.
hits. And this one
Six.
will drop dead as you bonk it in the back of the head.
Just backhand. Like you're knocking on the door.
That one's dead. That one's dead. This one here. Still alive, realizing that stuff's going very bad, but doesn't want to leave. At least for some reason. Is going to aim at Shauna and shoot with the bow again.
I will say, this is the nice thing about new dwarf compared to old dwarf, is they don't have less movement.
That will hit for,
Just squeaks by.
for 12 points of damage.
For 12?
Yes.
Yeah.
3 piercing and 9 poison.
Oh no! I don't know if I want to use that reaction. But I don't think I have a reaction. I have the ability to do another reaction.
At the
Did you
start of-
use your reaction since the start of the last turn?
Interception.
That was at the very beginning. And it has to hit another creature.
Mm-hmm.
So it can't be yourself.
Mhm.
So interception works to defend someone else.
Which is why Les has stayed where she is.
Telekinetic repressal.
Reprisal.
Reprisal.
Okay.
When you take damage from a creature within 10 feet of you, you can use your reaction to force the creature
They're
to
15.
make a strength saving throw.
They're 15.
They're 15.
But they're 15, so yeah.
Almost.
So yeah,
10,
I'll-
15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
And they, after they shoot you and you take 12 points, they are going to actually move back. It's a fighting retreat.
40, 45. Speaking of fighting,
Diggory, your turn.
Speaking of fighting.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then Diggory is going to take the dash action. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And because of my hammering horns ability. Nope, that's the wrong window. No, not hammering horns. Goring rush.
Oh no.
I get to use a melee attack with my horns as a bonus action.
Roll it.
It would have been amazing if I had rolled a 20 on that and just impaled the creature.
You hit.
But I will do 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
You rush forward. And you do pierce directly through the sternum of this UNT as it turns to face the charging Minotaur just in time to end up on their horns. You have a new hat.
I pivot so hard on my last bit of hooves, slam this creature, and throw the creature over my head, freeing my horns as I take my last step toward the other Yuan-Ti in the middle of the moonbeam. I was like, that's 3.
Oh, this UNT is definitely not feeling it right now. It is not feeling it, Mr.
Mr.
Krabs.
Krabs? We've been watching far too much Krendor.
No. Oh hey, Diggory has a shish kebab.
This one is going to turn to Diggory, aim its bow at them, and fire.
And while that is happening, I'll be right back.
Ah,
Just short.
I'm just going to say that in my the the strange movement I did, I used the Yon T's body that's still that's attached to my horns to catch the arrow in between that movement.
And with that, they are going to. 30, 35. What's your movement?
Most have 30.
They're right there. Okay. And that is their turn. Ramiro, you're up.
Oh, please. Just everyone pass their turn back to me. I've got a cool thing I can do.
Oh, Ketsu can still move the moonbeam.
Sure.
Yeah, you're the only one close enough. I'm not even going to bother. I'm going to rest here for my turn. I'm not going to do anything.
You do have hand axes.
That's also a remarkably long throw. I'm still
Yeah.
on cones.
Well, you have movement.
True. But the ability with the hand axe, what I can do with it, is only going to count for me, I think.
It is 55, so go 30. Hit 25, which is just out of regular range and in the middling range.
What do you want to do?
I'll set those on out. I'll keep my hand axes. Let Diggory have this one.
Okay. Well, it is going to Shauna's turn. Shauna, are you going to chase with the moonbeam? Kitsu?
Hello.
Did we lose her?
I think that the thing is
Roll call. Who's not dead? Sound off.
Her connection to Discord has been iffy of late. Like, it'll do the RTC connection thing,
Oh.
and it'll just drop for no, like, it will still be in call, but it'll just drop randomly. She can't hear you, and we can't hear her.
Neat.
We'll give her a couple moments to come back. Otherwise, I'm going to assume that they're going to chase with the moonbeam and finish off our friend here.
The way that it fixes is just her swapping to her phone normally. So her audio quality would be down a bit.
That does remind me I should try testing how well my phone can stream Twitch in case I ever want to do anything from the game store.
The way that I think would be best to do that is to
Sorry.
test painting or something.
The
No,
combat
sure.
would be over by the time that I came back.
Nope.
Nope.
You
Oh, she
got-
just stepped away.
Hello.
Kitsu, it's your turn. Do you want to chase after with the moonbeam?
Yeperinos.
All right. Roll damage.
Rolling the damage. Yep, she's just moving the brush with her eyes closed.
Digi, are you still holding that measure, or is that just a glitch on my end?
I think that's a glitch.
Okay,
I
cool.
don't see a measure being held. Okay, they can't survive this even if they pass the test. They're dead.
Oh, but I was gonna go 40 feet and then blast them with a different type of breath.
I can teleport between myself and my shadow.
So,
This is the first combat I've gotten into with this character, and I wanted to try it all the fun things.
Oh, sure.
and with that, the area falls relatively silent. The UNT lay dead, all scattered around.
It'd be worth looting whatever they have. I mean, scimitars and short bows.
Ever thought of seeing a battlefield from up top? It's wonderful.
Elevated sight.
Or you could just fly. It's the easier way.
I need to get a token for the Raven now. Let me see. What do I have? Anything? Continue on with. Are you guys looting the bodies?
May as well.
Okay, you will get 1, 2, 5 scimitars if you choose to take them. 6 short bows. As well as 35 gold pieces. And I need either perception or investigation check from everybody who is searching.
All right, here we go. $23.
Oh, my.
Or just
23 and a
critical, bro.
7.
All right. For only person who actually finds this is Diggory. Diggory, on one of the bodies, one of the ones that you broke over here, you will find 2 things. You will find a small, a letter written in Draconic.
Hmm.
Ooh, draconic.
And you will also find a somewhat innocuous looking but still very well put together bag.
Hmm. Interesting and useful.
Now, who do we know that can read Draconic?
Well, I'm hoping you can, Miss Dragon Person.
True.
In the meantime, while you read the letter, I'm going to check out what's in this bag.
You open the bag and it seems to kind of just, you can't see the bottom.
So,
Bag of holding or a bag of devouring, perhaps? Don't suppose anybody can cast Identify?
Nope. So
Les shakes her head because I've read her spell list.
remember one of the things for a Dune?
Not specifically, I guess.
She's mostly illiterate. She doesn't know how to actually read proper things. She can read signs and knows how numbers work and just like in time. But actually straight up reading something, she's not going to do it.
I will send you, Digi, the message that you read as your character who can't really read.
Yeah. So she straight up
Oh,
can't read.
wait. Oh, wait. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. You know what? Ah. Very clever, Dehedro. Very clever. Les can read Draconic, but can't speak.
But she can write it.
Well, she'll have
Well,
to
actually, she
translate
can't. Well,
it.
she can write, but also actually no. Wait a minute. Perfect. Actually, here it is. Awakened mind. Les can read it, and then communicate with another creature within 4 miles that mentally share a language.
Oh.
So Les is just going to come over here, look at this, and connect awakened mind to Idun, reading what's on the letter over her shoulder.
I mean, she also knows common.
So she could actually just tell someone who's definitely going to be more competent as the person that's looking at the letter of the language they understand and not understanding it.
Well, I don't want to be the only person that speaks in this party.
Well, the person that she was standing next to the entire fight probably also would understand. It would be the person that she thinks is competent.
I will
Also
just
true.
read out what the letter says so you guys have it for yourself.
Ultimately, because of the abilities and their interactions, we find out what the letter is. So let's just
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, the letter basically says that to all UNT, make sure that you find any prisoners and bring them back alive to the Fane. More sacrifices mean more power for us.
And, yeah. Oh,
And it is signed at
by
the
the
bottom
benefactor.
by Rashni. Rasnsi.
Rashning? From the Knights who say knee? Just kidding.
Now, aren't you glad we did not pick the cleric? Because you would have been so up a creek without a battle here.
No, because at the same time, I do this
spell
with
that name
all
again.
RAS space NSI.
All right, got it.
And it's one of the features that I give all of my party PCs that I give to parties is none of them can speak. They just write down small little bits of information.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty clever way of working around that.
From the Knights who say knee.
Because I don't like giving DM PCs where I just control them and give all the information. So you guys get to have the fun. I can pass along little hints that they might know that which isn't really much ever, but yeah.
And that also encourages me not to change one of these Eldritch Invocations to Voice of the Chainmaster.
Meh.
True.
Also true. Anyway. Anything else you want to do before continuing on here?
Well, I suppose, if nothing else, we'll try this. I'm just gonna pick up a rock from around around here, put it in the bag, give it a shake, reach back in, try to get the rock back.
You can feel after digging around for a little bit in there, you do find the rock.
Okay, not a bag of devouring. Good to know. What's in here? I'm just gonna Mary Poppins my way all the way down to my shoulder if need be to get something out of here.
Oh boy.
I mean,
You
I could give the. Go
you
on.
feel something small and wooden in your hand.
Shauna, come over here and feel this.
Huh?
Are
Never,
you-
never,
Okay.
never mind. I'm just gonna pull it out.
You pull out a small hand carved little symbol of a snake.
Hmm. Fetish, a totem, amulet, perhaps. Nothing immediately coming to mind. Have to take more look at this later.
Uh, I wish I could. I could see what aura it has, but it doesn't really. But nothing sparks a color to me.
Hmm. Gonna have to dig out that that old magical primer I still carry around.
I may be a paladin, but I kind of did not pay much attention to what my parents taught me.
Uh, Definitely gonna have to see if I can find some actual training in this regard too. Not sure how far I'll be able to get with what few instruction books I have, such as they
Right.
are.
I also don't think that Sora might. Sora doesn't know either. They kind of did not want to share a lot of information.
Hmm. Well then, now I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm bleeding like a lot. We
You're
should.
Oh,
fine.
oh, right. Bleeding, yes. Just
Uh,
pulls out her brush and just starts uh mm, uses 10 points of lay on brush.
well, thank you, Thank you, Shauna. Not quite what I was necessarily meaning. I will take it gladly, and thank you. I was really more talking about maybe camping, but we can still press on,
This is
especially
still
with that.
this is almost still first thing in the morning right now.
Well, then, camping is out of the question. Oh, so we can.
Yeah.
So,
I
How
might
many?
as well travel with you till I can find a way back home to Baldur's Gate.
I certainly wasn't. We certainly weren't going to leave voiced and named characters behind. Besides, there's a ruin of some variety very nearby we probably should be getting to. If nothing else, it can be utilized as shelter.
How many arrows did we actually get from looting it, by the way? Because
You
bows don't do much without arrows.
you got 30 arrows total.
Yay.
Also, are we splitting that 35 or is that 35 in total?
35 in total.
I'm just going to add a bag of holding to my inventory.
It is in fact a bag of holding. You don't know it in game, but yes, you just got a bag of holding.
Would you want this bag? I'm sure that it would be useful somehow. I mean, we could give it to the shadow. Holding up her bag of devouring.
Hmm. An interesting idea just pops into my head, although I doubt it's gonna work. The shadow can the shadow can be resummoned as much as I desire. If there's anything, although bags of devouring, anything is usually irretrievable. And it could be worth trying if I could get my shadow to actually inside the bag itself, but
I don't think it would work.
I'm gonna have the shadow Mary Poppins up to his shoulder just to be sure, just to see if anything happens.
Absolutely nothing happens. It
And
is
I
a
Mary Poppins any more of him into the bag.
he can fit almost all the way in. Nothing happens.
I'm just imagining I'm now just holding my shadow's ankles in the bag over the bag. Is like, all right, let's see if we can fish anything out of here. This is stupid.
I truly want to just put clone of Diggory and shadow clone of Diggory in the bag of devouring.
Oh, fine. I let go. The clone just falls into the bag. It falls about 30 feet, and then
It falls in 30 feet. Diggory, you have a strange sense that your shadow is in trouble, but you can't exactly feel what's going on with your shadow.
it falls 30. If it falls 30 feet or is far enough away from me, it just dematerializes.
Yeah, that's the strange thing.
Uh, shut up.
Oops. Yes?
I realize my part in this debacle, but
It's gone.
I think your I think the bag of holding has, or the bag of devouring rather, has eaten one of my core class features.
Better orders than mine.
I'm gonna take 30 steps in just a direction.
Sorry.
Summon my shadow back just in front of me, see if that fixes anything.
It does. You get your shadow back, but you notice that as you summon your shadow, it's very, very faint.
It's going to calmly walk back over to the bag. It's gonna open it up, look in, likely see nothing.
That's correct. You do not see anything.
I am going to hope that this is merely a temporary thing,
It is merely temporary. Just you're
because I do not wish to consider the possibility of needing to do a dungeon crawl within the bag of devouring just to get my shadow back to full power.
I mean,
Which would
that
be hilarious.
no. It's just a aesthetic thing. You lost some of your shadow because it was devoured by the beast.
Ah.
Although I will be entirely above board, that would be absolutely hilarious.
I mean, I can
It
make a
would
very
The, en-
interesting dungeon crawl for it,
the
but we'll do
entire
that later.
yeah, we'll do that later. That might be an epic level party thing later because like even like 5 level 5s not gonna handle that.
No,
Ah.
considering it's an extra dimensional, um, very, very incredibly evil thing in there. Yeah. Anyway, you guys continue on from the battle,
Ah.
and not too long after that, you arrive at, well, what you would see as your destination. Where
Ah.
is it? This do a me to show this place.
Did I get cut? Did we lose everybody?
Nope, we didn't lose.
Nope.
You're still here.
Okay, good.
Hmm. But yeah, that would be really hilarious and very mean at the same time.
I mean, here's the funny thing. Like, if we're still talking about the bag of devouring dungeon,
Mhm.
I do theoretically have something that can be skinned as that.
Oh, so do I.
Oh, good. Yeah. I guess every DM has their own little gray notebook of evil.
Yes. So you arrive and see a massive chunk of earth and rock torn from the earth and drifting about 200 feet above the swampy forest. A petrified tree towers above the stone, with its stone roots protruding from the bottom. Between the shape of the rock and the branching of the tree limbs, it creates a impression of a gigantic stone heart hanging in the sky. The impression is made only more gruesome as red liquid is dripping down from the roots. You can see a cave mouth in the side of the slowly rotating heart, and a staircase winding up to the what you assume to be the top of the staircase, and it definitely does not look natural. It looks carved into the rock.
A 200-foot floating heart of rock with a giant tree.
No, it's not 200 feet. It is probably
Oh, no, it's floating 200 feet in the air. I understand that. I understand that storytelling disembodied voice in my head. Uh, how this is lost in the jungle is beyond me. It's literally floating there. You should be able to see this from miles away. This is literally a landmark by which maps are made around. How is this lost?
No idea.
That's a good question, actually. Never thought about that.
Let's go grab it.
so it's about 75 feet across at its widest part. This isn't
Let's
a
go break it apart and grab it.
Uh,
At this.
So that staircase you were talking about, is that just in the rock that's floating 200 feet above us, or is there a
Yes.
way that we can get there?
No, it is just the staircase is in the rock, up in the sky.
Well, this was a perfectly useful use of our time. Who's all right?
It has a interesting hue. Probably, I'm getting the sense of a grayish purple hue. This is interesting.
From up in the heart, you can see a figure looking down at you, and a voice shouts down to you. Hello down there.
It, it speaks to us.
No,
The
no,
heart is talking.
that's that's me up here. You can see the figure waving up above you.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your long hair.
Well, I don't believe my hair will reach that low, but would you care to come up
Never,
and
never,
talk?
never mind that. Uh, we would certainly find the conversation enlightening.
But how?
Oh, if you're okay with it, I can teleport you up here.
Yeah, I got it. The dude just flies up. So you can fly.
Oh, it's arcane gate, but
Well, and honestly, so too can less.
I have a misty step.
Yeah, that'll
Doesn't
go
reach that
30
far.
feet. We would have. Sans the two flyers, it would be greatly appreciated.
bear with me 1 second.
Acrobatics. Da 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 da. So how has those heckles been?
Yeah, not bad. You haven't gotten anything close to a hat trick yet. Oh, goody. It actually is a dungeon.
In
Ah,
front of you,
fun.
after you arrive, where is she?
Um, um, uh, hello. Um, it's,
Oh, there.
um, uh,
She will say, allow me to introduce myself to you folks. My name is Valindra Shadowmantle. Um, I've been here for a little while. My room is, the home here is not too much, but you may come in, and it is more than enough for you folks to stay with me for a little while as you rest.
We thank you for your hospitality, Valindra. My name is Diggory Stackkeeper, Leatherhorn tribe clan of Waterdeep. Like, there's an impressive abode you have.
I just took it over for myself for as I saw this floating in the sky, and figured it was a safe place from all the undead outside.
Unless the undead learn to fly, I'm inclined to agree.
She will step back in a little bit and beckon you all to come in.
never thought about making, well, I guess people would definitely say the fact of, heart is where the or home is where the heart lives.
As you step inside, the cave inside is musty and dimly lit by daylight filtering down from the hollow petrified tree trunk that's about 20 feet above you in the center. A pool of dirty rainwater occupies the center 20 feet of the floor between natural pillars formed by the roots of the petrified tree. Three tall bookcases stand against the wall to the right of the cave entrance. A desk and several wooden crates stand against the left-hand wall. Opposite the entrance are two open doorways into smaller chambers, and between them a large iron cage.
Hmm.
Is there anyone else having the problem that less is the where your vision's coming from?
Mm,
Nope. Diggory's got plenty of. Diggory can see
yeah,
fine from
no.
myself. I can see. I also can see from less,
Yeah.
but I do have sight from Diggory as well.
Okay.
Doing your vision was off. Sorry.
Yeah, that was like I couldn't actually see from a dune.
Hmm. The accoutrement of the studious, I see.
Yes, I'm studying the increase in the undead in the area. Hired out to do a little bit of work.
Hmm. It seems that our goals align somewhat. We were also hired to investigate the undead curse. Or at least ways myself and Shauna were. The others we have collected's not the right word.
You're
Well,
seeking.
other than this, finding this place, I was also hired to do this to find the undead stuff.
So you're
The other two,
seeking
no
the
idea.
cause of the death curse, then?
Yeah,
Uh, yeah. Shauna. Shauna of the Paladin of Strixhaven.
I'm a dune. No actual fancy title.
So you and the two at the entryway. What are your names?
Damir Bloodaxe. I'm from Baldur's Gate. Just a simple dwarf looking to make a living.
And the tall one is less. She doesn't speak much, unfortunately. But has been a pleasant companion for the time we've known them.
Well, if you are truly aligned with my goal, aligned with potentially helping me, seeking the same thing as myself, um, I am very much willing to help pay you to complete my research task and bring the item back to me.
Hmm. It sounds like you have some understanding of what of the originations of the curse. Then.
From what I have been able to gather and research, she walks over to the bookcase, um, and pulls out a book, flips through a few pages. It is one of the. It should. I believe it is being called by something called the Soul Monger. And from my research, it is in this old city called Omu.
Hmm. Omu has been on our list to investigate.
I don't know exactly where it is in the city. But if you are willing to help, I would be willing to put some gold down to have you bring this soulmonger back to me.
Hmm. It would certainly appear as if your intentions do in fact align. Forgive me if this might be a too intrusive question, but
She,
we are intending on ending the curse. What are your intentions for the soulmonger?
of course, ending the curse. I just would need the soulmonger to research what would need to be due to safely deactivate it and return all the souls to those who have died.
Hmm.
More so by imprisoning the soulmonger. That way we can study it and reverse all the effects and prevent this from happening again. Destroying it should only be a last resort, as the scholarly type you would know.
Agreed. A a piece of research of that variety is something I would be very remiss to pass up on.
Uh, sorry, mate. I've not been keeping up on the studies. Warmonk? Soulmonger? Ding.
The thing causing the death curse.
Uh, uh, right.
So, would you be interested in taking up my request? I will handsomely pay what I can to each of you. My benefactor um for my expedition is paid me handsomely. I can afford to pay each of you, say, 800 gold apiece to bring the soulmonger to me.
Yep.
Certainly a worthy sum. You've caught my attention. Who is your employer? If again, that's not too probing a question.
They do wish to remain anonymous, so it is a bit too intrusive.
My apologies then. I shall leave that off the table. Hmm. Well, Shauna, the possibility of double dipping on this definitely intrigues me. If nothing else, our patron. Hmm. Actually, on that thought, it has like, having completely forgotten personally, and having utterly lost what my notes were at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay. We were just tasked with finding and or ending the curse, not anything specifically regarding the soulmonger and returning it to Miss Sylvain, right?
Uh, yeah, I think it was just ending the curse was all that we were tasked to do.
Hmm.
Oh, pardon me.
I see no reason why these two can't be done at the same time.
Yes, you were just tasked with somehow ending the death curse.
Correct. Our our patron from Port Nyanzaru, who, who merely instructed us to end the curse. As such, I don't see any specific reason why not to hand over this soulmonger to you.
Mm, do we have a condition, though? Because this seems a little. Mm, but
Well, if something like that would be if more of a condition it would make you feel better, Shauna, I do have something in mind.
what? Mm,
Degree
but
just going to turn over to Valandra. I'm uns- I doubt you would have necessarily the authority to make such a decision yourself. But if you find your but if enduring this opportunity, the various expeditions and explorations to find this soulmonger, if you could get in contact with your patron and suggest perhaps a joint research endeavor. The Leatherhorn clan of Waterdeep is a private houses a private collection the likes of like largely second to none, barring perhaps maybe Candlekeep.
Well, my patron does not like to necessarily share information away, but as I am truly in charge of the actual expedition, if you if that is the cost of you bringing the soulmonger to me, I will be more than happy to turn over any research to you, or at least copies of it.
Oh, certainly. I would not dream of, of depriving the originals from their you know, from any variety. The the pardon me. The these the ideas kind of gotten me a little salivating, perhaps. Once a researcher, always a researcher.
No, I truly, truly do understand.
Mm. I beg your, oh yes, I beg your pardon. The mild tongue twistedness. Certainly. Any any information that we can come together to jointly benefit our various parties should only benefit all of them at large. And certainly more minds on this will make even greater headway in, well, any projects they're in.
Yes, my benefactor is quite the powerful researcher and is has much interest in most things in this way. They wish to see the world just be truly safe from all undeath. and this death curse is truly a hindrance for making the world safer. Would you not agree?
Most indeed, I would agree. And my clan, admittedly, probably less interested in maintaining the world's safety, much to my own chagrin, perhaps, enjoys maintaining a thorough collection on assorted magics and artifacts. Anything about this that can, even if it can be used in manners that they may not appreciate. Well, appreciate's not the right word. They care more about the collection versus its utilization 9 times out of 10.
No, it is completely understand, and you are more than welcome to camp here tonight, and I can cast a another arcane gate to get you down to the jungle floor after you are done. I would just ask that you stay out of, and she points over here. Um, I have for my research into the area and the actual undead. I have a few specimens there that are in suspended animation. So, unless you wish to wake the undead, literally, um, I would recommend just staying away.
Duly noted, madam. Although I will admit you have piqued my curiosity as to what your specimens are.
No, a few just normal zombies that you have seen around, and a few of the local Grillians that have been zombified as well.
Hmm. Oh, you've taken upon yourself quite the task, keeping them under control. Suspended animation or not, the requisite skills to subdue any variety of gorilla is impressive, to say the least.
She smiles at you and gently pats your chest as she walks by. My dear Diggory, I may look quite frail, but I am a accomplished spellcaster. And she walks over to the other side of the heart and sits down at her desk and starts scribbling a few things to her book.
Diggory shall pull out his own notebook and do the same thing.
Are you sure about this? It doesn't feel right.
I'm as sure as I as sure as I can throw one of those zombified gorillons. I of course I don't trust her. But better to have options available to us.
That
And
is true.
furthermore, if she can further our ends, then she can be useful. Up until the point that she becomes actually a problem.
Yeah, I don't like her. Her aura she's giving off. Something just doesn't feel right. It's like a hue between purple and gray.
Hmm. I don't. I have no reason to mistrust your aura readings. But for now, I suggest playing along as best we can. And
Okay.
if nothing else, always else always fluff the ego of the spellcaster. Wizards tend to be weak to that.
Well, let's keep our guard up then.
So, are you taking me up on my offer? Are you staying the night? Um, I don't sleep much in my research, but I can do most of my research out on the area above, if as to not disturb you.
Oh,
But
now go ahead.
we will take you up on that offer and spend a night in somewhere that is not a tent and surrounded by things that could possibly eat us.
Well, you are still surrounded. They're just quite far below us and can't generally get up to us. But if you will excuse me, I will give you the room for now and do some of my observations up at the top of the heart, and will, if you need me, I will be up there.
Okay.
And with that, she will, for now at least, head out of the cave door and disappear.
Right. Oh,
I trust your
yes.
wisdom in this one, Paladin.
I really don't trust my own wisdom to begin with.
Les, if you would be so kind, would you mind sending your Raven familiar out just to get like a cursory idea of the this floating heart and the tree above, perhaps?
Sure. What's a good way to do this here for you guys? You know what? I'll just do this. Where is less? Right here. So you guys can see what it looks like if you look at the left-hand side.
Okay.
That is what you are looking at.
Seems they're taking a very artistic interpretation of the word heart.
Yes.
Okay. So, this room, the above, where whatever back rooms that are supposedly housing the specimens. Hmm. Curiosity being what it is, and distrust being what that is, I am going to. I'm going to take our host at her word. Gorillons are not to be trifled with. We've had there was a mounted specimen or two come through the archive at one point. Large, four-armed apes. Not what you want to deal with. Especially, yeah, after being roughed up a bit. And zombies? Oh, that just adds, like, layers to that. Idun, why are you in the pool? It probably doesn't matter.
Well, if she's above anything, if she's at anything water, she's floating above it because she can fly.
Fair enough, then.
Gotta, gotta stretch that the wings.
I
can show
suppose so.
off because you guys can't do these.
Yes, I suppose so. Well, having partaken of most of the conversation, we know what myself and Shauna would think of this. What about the rest of you? How far do we trust our host?
Hmm.
Les will kind of make that motion of like moving her hands closer together, but keep them not very close, but very far, but not far apart either. Probably about the width of her head.
Reasonably well enough, until she gives us a greater reason to not distrust her, but keep her at arm's length.
Well, he's some kind of wizard, so she probably could have just launched spells at us while we were down on the ground instead of inviting us up here. That's a step in the right direction.
Mm-hmm. Certainly got the feeling that if she wanted us like dead, or at the very least severely injured, she could easily do so.
True.
Also, an amount of trust, inviting four melee attack, four people who could very easily handle her at close quarters, perhaps. But so there's an amount of trust she's willing to give us as well.
True.
That said, looking around, she has been here for some time. Utilizing her knowledge is probably will be more beneficial to us in the long run. The gold is not to be sneered at either, I should say.
Shauna pulled out her brush and is doing a little bit of uh perform a little bit of art twirling. She's spinning in place while with her brush in hand.
Hmm.
So you have the room to yourself. Are you just going to turn in? It is getting kind of dark out.
I'm gonna use. Regardless of how it is, we should likely take our host up on her offer, and and while also doing that, respect the boundaries. Don't want to have a reason to be thrown out without the arcane gate.
Well,
Two of you may
you care.
survive. The two of you, well, sure. The three, like me, Shauna, and Ramira, certainly care. We can't fly. That said, before turning in, I at least ways will be going through some of the research that Valindra has. See what I can offer for observations or peer review, perhaps, and of course, glean what I can.
I'm sure the books will glean some type of information about who we're with.
And if we, yeah, about her, about the soulmonger, the curse, and anything about about Omu, if I can find it. But
Make
that'll be what I'm gonna be doing.
okay. Idun, what are you doing?
Just kind of chilling because she can't read.
Okay. Shauna, are you doing anything?
She pulls out a book. She's just looking like she's looking in through a book.
Uh, twirling in place with her paintbrush as pictures of images are popping up above her.
All right. Ramira, are you doing anything?
Sitting down next to the pond, having a rest.
And are you guys going to have Les do anything?
That is true. We have
She could be
full-
helping Dickory. She could just pass any knowledge that she's reading over to Dickory, thus doubling his read speed.
Okay. Make
Honestly, that could work.
make an investigation with at advantage because you have somebody helping you out.
All right. 23.
Very nice. The books that you find are um all about Chult in one way or the another. There are plenty of books, tablets, scrolls, maps. Um, they cover history, geography, culture, and natural philosophy in really depth, but they all um, predate the spell plague in the area.
Hmm.
Um, Out of anything that pops up, the one thing that pops up to out most to you is about the old gods of Omu.
Right. Now, we're getting somewhere.
There are 9 old gods with temples throughout the city. Once worshipped and um, now long forgotten outside in the world, in the rest of the world of Chult. Um, they were called the 9 trickster gods, and they do list their names.
Hmm.
They list their name as Ejin. I'll just type these out in the chat here.
All right. Ejin, flavored with juniper berries. That's a distiller's reference, by the way.
Mhm.
Those are their names.
I spelled it wrong because I was thinking gin. Ejin, Kubazon, Moa, Nang Nang, Ubalaka, Papa Zodal, Shagambi, Unk, Wongo, Ting Tang, Walla Walla Bing Bang. Hmm. Well, at least there's something to look forward. Look. Ah. Yeah, pardon me. Salivating again. To look further into when we find more of these ruins, if we can determine anything.
And other than that, you don't find too much about um about anything else in the area that you don't already know about.
It's literally what Shauna would be enclosed to doing. I put GIF in
Yep.
Discord.
Pretty sure that means you're just constantly using prestidigitation.
Pretty much, yeah. Which I do have.
I mean, I don't know of a single character that doesn't take prestidigitation as a spellcaster if they have the option.
Are you guys turning in for the night?
At least Adune is, because she has literally nothing to do.
And I will definitely be doing that after that pouring over of stuff.
It'll take you a little while for that. So after the rest of the group have turned in, and Diggory, you and Les are still working, reading through a few things. Belinda will come back, and I'm gonna put you guys kind of over here because this is the biggest area to sleep in, and we'll walk up behind you. You almost don't hear their footsteps until they clear their throat. Have you found anything interesting there?
Oh, Valinda, yes, thank you. Yeah, yes, we have. I'm sorry if we were a little presumptuous about your research. Although, I will admit, finding more of these 9 trickster gods of Omu has definitely piqued my interest to some degree.
It is an interesting story, to say the least. Yes. I apologize. The If you don't mind me asking, Diggory, um, just from my knowledge of the area around here, it is quite easy to get lost out in the jungle and trying to find certain places. How have you been finding your way around?
Truth be told, it's mostly just been stumbling blindly through the jungle and finding whatever we so happen to to land upon. We do attempt, as best we can, to keep ourselves oriented. And truthfully, we did shockingly well finding the heart. It took a little longer than we desired, perhaps, but
Oh, just as because I know, as I meant, it was very hard for me to even find this place, and I lacked a map or anything like that. Surely, an adventurer like yourself must have something.
we do and we do possess a map. What might you be thinking? What might you be trying to find yourself?
So, just if Omu was located, I've still not located have not found the exact location of Omu yet.
Hmm. Being perfectly honest, not being able to see the map as I can to be uh, to be perfectly sure.
I can move you back to the map really quick.
All right, thank you. Uh, I have a We have at best a vague direction which we intend to go. The last rumors and information we had was that it would be further south and to the east.
Pray tell, would you be willing to show me? And she will produce a very crudely drawn map of what she thinks Cholt looks like.
How accurate does the map appear to be that she shows me?
Um, from what your experience is, you're not 100%. It doesn't look completely accurate, but you would have to compare it to your map that Cinder gave you if you wanted to double check to make sure. But from a cursory glance, it's not 100% accurate. The shape seems a little bit off.
Hmm.
All of a sudden, an image pops into your head that Shauna would have been able to produce a map a little bit better than her. I'm playing with that one.
So,
That's a just
oh,
kid.
yeah, right. Hmm. Well, you have. I certainly see no reason why not. You have been nothing but forthcoming and hospitable. I'm just going to take the map, grab one of my little writing utensils. Oh, let's see. Port Nyanzaru is up there. We took this. Follow the river. And, okay. So if we're vaguely here, almost like I said, the last I heard was to the south and the east.
Yep. So are you? I'm asking this for reasons.
Above, all right, above board and out of character.
Are
I'm
you
going to.
are you actually
I am
bringing out
mark.
your map, or are you just marking on hers?
I am marking on hers.
Okay.
I am above. Diggory thinking to himself, "I'm not sure I trust her just yet," and not being able, and not wanting to sound like he's completely losing his mind. Will mark will mark to the southeast, mentioning something about it being on the edge of the mountains further south.
Okay.
Even in the flash of his mind, he remembered from remembering his map really quickly that's the direction would actually be more south southwest. So Diggory knows what he's doing.
I certainly hope so.
Okay. She thanks you for marking it down and says, "You'll forgive me. As an elf, I don't require much rest, so I'm going to go back and study the stars for the night until morning. I will meditate at some point during the next day after you leave."
Hmm. Oh, very well. I shall leave you to your meditations.
And she will walk out again.
Hmm.
And I think with that is a good place to leave off as the party rests. Dun 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 bump.
Mm-hmm. I will certainly be the first one to realize, I might be playing myself a little bit. But anyway,
All of a sudden, the the screen turns gray, and at the bottom is an arrow that says "To be continued." Da 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 da.
Yeah, yeah. Just start playing Runabout and or Roundabout, whatever the song is from JoJo's the meme.
Well, I hope you players enjoyed the game. I hope everybody who is watching in Twitch land has enjoyed this tale.
I mean, I get most of my viewers from YouTube, so
True.
Or YouTube land, whichever one it is in regards for this. But yes, hopefully everybody enjoyed it, and I will catch everybody next time.
Yep,
yeah.
that was
And on my side, thank you all for watching, hanging around, being general cool dudes. We will see you all in the next game.
whatever that will be.
Indeed.
2 weeks. I want to get back into
Okay,
normal
cool.
status.
So,
2 weeks.
all right. So I shall make
Have
sure
fun.
to write that down and fix that in my closing. All right. So with that, have a good rest of your day, all, from my side.
Yep.
Come